Around the World in 80 Days 3.
While in Hong Kong, Detective Fix decided to get Passepartout to join him for a drink. He made Passepartout drink so much that he passed out. The next morning, Mr. Fogg and Aouda arrived at the harbor. Their next destination was Yokohama in Japan, but the steamer had already sailed the night before. Passepartout was supposed to have told Mr. Fogg about this the previous evening, but he hadn't turned up. "It is an accident, nothing more," said Mr. Fogg. Fix was waiting at the harbor too. Fix introduced himself as a fellow passenger who had not known about the change in departure time. You can imagine Fix's horror when he heard Mr. Fogg say, "But there are other vessels in the harbor of Hong Kong." Mr. Fogg then proceeded to find a boat that would take them to Shanghai. Why Shanghai? The steamer they wanted to catch in Yokohama would actually start from Shanghai. Are you wondering what happened to Passepartout? After waking from his drunken sleep, he made it onto the steamer before it sailed from Hong Kong harbor. So Passepartout and Mr. Fogg were both on their way to Yokohama, just on different vessels. A combination of luck and chance saw Mr. Fogg and Aouda find Passepartout in Yokohama. They were just in time to board the steamer that was heading for San Francisco. Without anyone knowing, Fix had also boarded the steamer. He had finally received the arrest warrant in Yokohama, but could not use it until Mr. Fogg landed in England. On the day of departure, Fix met Passepartout on deck. Passepartout rushed at Fix and started punching him. He was angry with Fix for getting him drunk in Hong Kong and for saying that his master was a bank robber. When Passepartout stopped, Fix explained that he was going to support Mr. Fogg's journey until they got back to England. Passepartout's main goal was to help his master win the bet, so he accepted what Fix said. However, he still did not believe his master was a robber. On December 3rd, they reached San Francisco. Mr. Fogg had neither gained nor lost a single day. From San Francisco, the group would travel across America by train. Before boarding the train in San Francisco, Mr. Fogg and Detective Fix met. Fix pretended to be surprised and said he was happy to travel with Mr. Fogg again. On December 7th, a violent whistling was suddenly heard, and then the train stopped. The train had stopped because of a red signal. The suspension bridge ahead was in bad condition. It would not be able to hold up under the weight of the train. The engineer had an idea. If the train went at its highest speed, there was a chance it would get over the bridge. And that is exactly what they did. The train leaped, so to speak, from one bank to the other. The train had scarcely made it to the other side when the bridge fell into the river below. Phileas Fogg was not yet behind schedule. As the train approached Plum Creek Station, it was attacked by American Indians. While trying to stop the train, the attacker's chief opened the steam valve wide instead of closing it. This caused the train to plunge forward at a terrific speed. The conductor cried, Unless the train stops in 5 minutes, we are all dead." Passepartout managed to slip under the train and make his way to the front of it. Passepartout then removed the safety chains between the engine and the train cars. The engine sped off, but the train cars gradually stopped. Soldiers from the nearby fort hurried toward the train. The attackers left quickly. Passepartout and several other passengers were missing. Mr. Fogg remained motionless. "I will find him, dead or alive," he said quietly to Aouda. By making this decision, Phileas Fogg was, without doubt, sacrificing his journey around the world. The delay of a single day would cause him to miss the steamer leaving New York for Liverpool, England, on December 11th. If he missed the steamer, he would certainly lose his bet. However, Mr. Fogg thought it was his duty, and so he did not hesitate. Mr. Fogg and 30 soldiers went in search of the missing passengers. Aouda's respect for Mr. Fogg began to grow stronger because of this heroic act.